This week, we talk about some of our favorite movies, TV shows, video games, and books that we visit each summer in this Taylorverse Summer Spectacular episode. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
That's the emergency alert. This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And this week, we are back. And we are taking a moment out of the norm. It's not one of our typical news weeks. We are going to take the moment here to just talk about some of the stuff we love to do in the summer when it comes to fun, nerdy entertainment. So I guess we are going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite movies to watch when it's summertime and some of our favorite shows, and then maybe a few other things that we like to do too. But Taylor, if we were to just think of it's summertime, we got the AC and the fans blasting, we got a cold drink, maybe a popsicle, and you're going to kick back on the couch and pull up a movie that you just don't watch all the time unless it's this season of the year. What's your go-to movie, man?
Independence Day?
Okay, no, that's perfect for this time of the year.
Yeah, I always watch it around July 4th. It's really fun. I
Yeah.
love Jeff Goldblum in it. I love Will Smith in it. Yeah, it's like a classic 4th of July movie, I think. Especially if you're a sci-fi guy.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's one of those that's like, you should definitely watch this. I think it's really underrated. And I think that when they made the sequel to it, they kind of ruined that a little bit. But yeah, that's one I always watch.
It's funny, I've been having a habit lately of going back to older movies that I enjoyed when I was younger with my kids. And that's one I have not watched with my kids. Maybe I'll pull that one out this week and watch it with my older kids.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I always forget that Data is in it.
Yeah, me too. He's that crazy doctor. And I forgot there was a sequel to it till you said that. I can't even think of the plot of the sequel.
No, I don't remember it either. That's how not great I think it is.
Yeah, I might have to pull that movie out this week and get a little crazy and watch the sequel.
For sure.
Does a lot of the old cast come back in the sequel? I truly can't remember.
I don't remember. Like it is a movie that I think I literally blacked out of my brain.
Okay, so maybe we can both go find it and watch it this week just to see why we don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't think I will. I think my brain and me made a pact not to.
Fair enough. Well, if I do, I'll report back and let everyone know why we don't remember it.
Yes.
Well, let's see. My first answer is going to come as no surprise to anyone that's listened to us for any number of years. My first go-to every summer is Back to the Future. Every summer. Doesn't matter. And when I say Back to the Future, anytime I ever refer to Back to the Future, just assume I mean all three of them because I can't just watch one. The only time I can just watch one is if I'm flipping through the TV and one is randomly on.
Yeah.
And then I stop flipping channels because I'm just going to watch it. But that's the only time I can just watch one. Otherwise, when I say Back to the Future, I mean all three of them. But we had some stuff going on early July, but this month, it's my time to watch the Back to the Future trilogy for the year. And there's so many movies that if I see it again, I don't necessarily feel that same, like, oh yeah, you know, those good feelings you get. Like, you enjoy it, but it's not the same. But for some reason, anytime I watch Back to the Future, especially that first one, when you see young George McFly take out Biff at the end of the movie, oh man, that
Yeah.
still satisfies me every time I watch it. Every time. Yeah, so for me, my first major go-to every summer has to be the Back to the Future trilogy. Man, I love it. And then it also kickstarts my love of those Back to the Future sequel comic books that came out. So if I have time, I typically go read those as well at the end of the summer. But
That's-
yeah. So, do you have another movie, another one that you just
I
gotta watch every summer?
I watch The Sandlot every summer.
Okay, that's such a good one too.
That's very summer. They're in the pool, they're playing baseball. It's all American summer movie, I feel like. And to this point, I think The Sandlot would be considered a classic
Oh,
when
for sure.
when it comes to at least sports movies, which I'm not huge on, but that in particular is
Yeah.
really great.
I feel like obviously the theme of that movie is baseball, so, sports, but I feel like that's more of a childhood camaraderie movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
it's a coming of age childhood movie.
I hadn't watched that one in quite some time, and I think it was last summer we pulled it out and watched it with our kids, and man, we all loved it. And then Call Me Crazy. First of all, let me preface this by saying it doesn't touch the first one with a 10-foot pole, but we watched The Sandlot 2, and again, Call Me Crazy, but we didn't hate it.
I've
Oh,
seen the second one. I don't remember it being bad.
yeah. It by no means is it the classic, but it was just a fun kid movie that my kids enjoyed, and so did we.
Yeah.
This is a little off topic, but a few weeks ago, we were trying to think of stuff we watched as a kid and enjoyed that we haven't showed our kids. And speaking of baseball movies, we watched Angels in the Outfield with our kids. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
And that was a lot of fun. I forgot how much I love that movie. And I also forgot Christopher Lloyd is the main angel, and I love Christopher Lloyd. So,
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, that's another Christopher Lloyd movie.
yep. But that was a fun one. I love the ending of that one as well. And again, just I'm not the biggest sports guy, but that's just a good movie. And my kids loved it too.
Yeah.
Okay, my second summer go to, because I have to give it an annual rewatch, and that's usually the only time I have time, is Hook with Robin Williams.
Oh, wow.
Every
That's a good one.
summer. Yeah, so good. And again, all the right, beats give me the same feelings. And it hits a little bit different as a dad now too. As a kid, I just friggin' loved it. I love Robin Williams. I love the story. But as a dad, again, it adds another layer. And when he feels like he's losing his son to Captain Hook, and then he's watching him play baseball in that moment. And in his real life, he's just so busy and all this stuff and never made time. So it's kind of like the first time he's seeing his son really. And I don't know. It even has even more emotions as a dad now.
Yeah.
But that is such a fun movie. And every time I watch that the past few years, it's a mix between how much I love it and just how sad I am that Robin Williams is gone and there's no more Robin Williams movies for us to love.
Yeah, it is sad.
So sad. But that's my second must watch of the summer when it comes to movies. I also wanted to say this summer, this isn't my annual go to, but since school has ended, I've been watching all the Spider-Man movies with my kids. And we did that a few years ago, but I just love those movies so much. All of them. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. So yeah, no matter which actor it is, people have their favorites, but I enjoy all of them and they've been fun to watch with the kids. And when my son asked, could we do that? It hit me that, oh man, by the end of this month, we get the latest Spider-Man movie. So of course, let's do it. So yeah, that's not an annual summer go-to, but this summer we've been watching all the Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
Now, let's see. As for TV shows, there's a few shows that my family loves to just go back to. But what about you? When it's summertime, and a lot of our shows that are new are on hiatus and things like that. What are some of the things you like to revisit?
Well, so we don't really do that. We always kind of do find something new. I always watch The OC, but
Okay.
which is kind of lame, but I really enjoy it. But this summer, I think I mentioned in a previous podcast that Miles and I are watching Invader Zim for the
Yes.
first time. So there's that. But this summer, we watch WWE puts on SummerSlam.
Okay.
It's the PLE for the summer. It's in August. It's a 2-day event. It's the second biggest thing till WrestleMania, basically. And it's a big deal. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a second Super Bowl. You get the snacks, you get to hang out. It's a good time.
That's awesome. Well, for us, we have a lot of series that we love, but there's one that we have to watch every year. And again, it just seems to be convenient in the summer. So for us, last week, I mentioned nerding out about the live action Avatar The Last Airbender. But every summer, we go back and watch the animated Avatar The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. Those shows are so good. And when I categorize this show, I don't just categorize it as one of the best animated series of all time. To me, it's one of the best TV shows of all time. And to the point where I do not get tired of it. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen it. It's amazing to me. And same with Steven Universe. Now, Steven Universe, my kids watch all the time year round. They just throw on episodes of it. So I don't know. That's not the same to me as every summer I make it a point to sit down and watch every single episode of Avatar. But it's so good. And I don't know. I can't explain how good it is. If you've never watched it, it's hard to explain. But if you have watched it, you probably know. But that's one we have to sit down every summer. And I have to include Korra too, because it's just, I don't know. People didn't love the series Korra as much as the series Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I don't know. It's hard for me to watch something and not keep watching it when there's more story out there. And I'm real excited that in the next year or two, we're supposed to be getting the next Avatar, who's apparently an Earthbender, and also apparently is twins. So I don't know if they're going to make one person have Avatar abilities or one not. But anyway, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, so that's a definite summer go-to for us.
That's awesome.
Was there anything else you guys mentioned? Is there something that maybe what's a new thing you've been watching this summer that you're just enjoying, even if it's not something you do every summer?
New thing this summer. Well, we're watching through the Toy Story movies
Oh,
because the new
nice.
one came out. We've watched the first 3 so far with the boy. It's his first time watching them.
Okay.
So that's been good. We actually had a pretty funny moment where we were watching the third one.
Uh-huh.
And towards the end of the third one, it gets pretty emotional. And me and my wife were on the couch blubbering. And the kid turns around and he goes, "Why are you guys crying for?"
That's hilarious.
Because he just didn't get it. He hadn't been there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was pretty funny.
That is so funny. We, this summer, are still watching One Piece, the animated anime One Piece. And
How
we
many episodes in
started,
are you?
let's see, we started around Christmas. And a week or so ago, we finally broke 200.
You
So,
got a long time to go.
yeah, the last time I looked, there are 1,168 episodes. And we are on around maybe 210, something like that. So,
So
we've
you
got a
have
lot to go.
1,000 episodes left still.
Yes. So that's one we've been watching off and on since Christmas, and I'm still enjoying it. I love it. Now, there's so much filler. And that's the thing about anime, whether it's a good anime, a bad anime, there are so many filler moments in every anime.
That is, unless it's one of those that's only 26 episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the OVAs aren't really fillery.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop isn't really fillery. I mean, there's 1 or 2 episodes, but the majority of it's not. I think with anything that's over a season, that's
Uh-huh.
where you start to get that, I think.
It's funny in these anime battles and things. If you were to, put it in real time, the battle might be 20 minutes, but they stretch it out over 7 episodes of an anime series.
Yeah, especially if you're talking about like Dragon Ball Z.
Right? But I know there's this truncated version coming to Netflix in the future where they just delete all the filler. But that sounds super appealing on one hand, but my very, I don't know, completionist nerd self is kind of happy I'm watching it all.
Yeah. Are you guys determined to beat it?
We are. Now, gosh, it'll probably be another year and a half or 2 years, I'm guessing, but we're determined to do it.
Yeah. I had a friend who watched all of it at work. I can't imagine.
And to the people who have just been watching it from the beginning, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Also, I guess we've mentioned a few times the My Adventures with Superman and Batman, the Caped Crusader. Since those come out in the summer, those are also fun shows I've been watching in the summer. I really love My Adventures with Superman, and I love that it's kid-friendly, but not, babyish, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that is such a fun one. So is Batman, the Caped Crusader, if you think of it as a little period piece. Batman in the 40s. And I love all of his technology and stuff that comes with him, but it's also just fun to watch the stripped away Batman just be a really good detective and fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, summer fun, summer TV shows. It's one of those things where you kind of dread it because all of your normal shows are gone for several months because it's hiatus time. But then you remember, oh yeah, there's all this other stuff that I love. So
Or
it's
stuff
nice.
you missed.
Or stuff you missed. That's true. Let's see. That's movies and TVs. Are there any, video games you're doing right now, whether it's ones you go back to every summer or whether it's just ones you're doing right now?
I don't really have any that I'm doing right now. We always have people come over once a summer, and sometimes we'll do a Smash tournament,
Oh, nice.
and that's always fun.
Yeah. My son on his birthday back in April. That's what he wanted, a Smash tournament with friends. And he asked me to play with him. And I said, "Are you sure that is something you want, son?" And basically, in a not rude way, I was like, "How about you guys just do this so that it stays fun?" But yeah, Smash Brothers is so fun.
Yeah.
You guys all know that I'm not the biggest gamer in the world, but I have to play Legend of Zelda every time there's a new Legend of Zelda. And this summer, I went back and played The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on the Switch. And have you ever played that one, Taylor?
No, I haven't.
Okay, story-wise, absolutely love it. Controls-wise, it sucks so bad. I hate it so bad.
Yeah.
So, if everyone remembers, this game originally came out on the Wii, and instead of pushing buttons to do your weapons and swords, you have to swing around the little Wii controllers, or in this day, the Switch controllers. You swing them around like you swing your sword, and you have to aim them at stuff. You can't just use the controls. And those controls aren't always as responsive as you would like them to be.
Yeah.
So, it makes the game, I don't know, it adds a layer of challenge that's not just part of the game's challenge, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because you're trying to overcompensate for these horrible controls. But having said that, I started playing it a few weeks ago and just wrapped it up, and it is a fun game. I love the story. I love the lore that comes out of this game. In the chronological order of things, it's the first story. So that part of it's kind of cool, but again, the controls suck, but the game is fun.
Yeah.
I think before the summer ends, I've only played through it one time, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and that's the one where you actually play as Zelda because Link gets sucked into this black hole type portal for the whole game, and so Zelda has to go save things.
Is that the one that looks like Link's Awakening?
It does look like Link's Awakening, yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to end my summer playing that game, revisiting it. I've only played it one time in the past.
Right on.
But yeah, anything else you're just kind of doing for some summer fun?
Not really.
Yeah. For me, I've been reading a few books. There's a few comics that are out this summer. There were some Elseworlds DC comics. One of them is called Superman Father of Tomorrow, which is a what if Jor-El crashes on Earth, not Kal-El.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
It's so good. It's very good so far. And it's funny because, not to be too spoilery for folks who are wanting to maybe read it, but man, Lex Luthor is just always a freaking chud.
I'm actually reading a JLA run right now where he's president
Uh-huh.
and they have to work with him to
Yeah.
not take out, but defeat Barat from Karaki.
Uh-huh.
And he's so just, Superman's like, well, he's not a maniac. He's just evil.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's the difference? Like, he's totally a maniac. Are you kidding me? The writing in it is so just, the way he talks and the writing drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luthor in comics always kind of made me sick to my stomach. The way he's so megalomaniac, it's just
Right.
nutty. Especially when he's president. It's like, well, we won't get too political. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. I was gonna say, it's like, how could they elect that guy? And then, oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
The other book that's been fun, and I think I mentioned it, is also a DC Elseworlds, and this one's called Supergirl Survive. And in this story, Zor-El and Jor-El together make sure their kids get to safety. So Kara grabs baby Kal-El, they get in the ship, and it blasts off, but the Kryptonian government are just being a bunch of jerks, not wanting to admit the problems, but also they see this ship flying and they shoot it down, and it doesn't get very far in space, and it crash lands on this planet that seems to have very harsh conditions. And so this teenage Kara and baby Kal-El have to survive. And everything I've just explained is a very condensed version of all I've seen so far, but that's another good one. I love these Elseworlds books.
Yeah. Is it weird that I'm kind of the continuity nut and I've never really enjoyed Elseworlds books?
That's not weird.
I've always kind of felt it weird because I've always felt people are like, oh, Elseworld books are so great. And I was always like, I mean, they're good books. I've just always been like, I want more continuity out of my book. I want to know what happens next.
Yeah, that's not weird. And I totally love the continuity. I don't know what it is. And that's probably why I love the Absolute books, because again, it's like an Elseworld. It's just a new continuity, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lots of good books out there, guys. Go find your local comic book shop and find them. And if you unfortunately live in an area without a close comic book shop, maybe your library has some of these, and maybe, not to send you off to a big box, but maybe Amazon or something. Find these books. They're good.
Yeah, they are good.
Well, hey, man, any other fun summer stuff you want to mention before we wrap this up?
No, I don't think so.
Well, hey, guys, we hope you are also out there enjoying this time of the year, watching some fun stuff that just makes the kid inside of you happy, and reading some good books and playing some good games. But hey, as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor channel, same Taylor time.
Bye.
Bye.